go to an IEP meeting, you're not, and you mention certain language, or you'll get pushback for trying a different approach. And so and that's a really challenging thing because I learned something a long time ago, and Jesse and I just brought his name up yesterday, but there's this guy, his name's Rick Lavoie, and he had this workshop called Fat City. So fat meaning frustration, anxiety, tension. Anyway, he was kind of a predominant leader within the field of special education. And I remember seeing him at a conference like 20 years ago. And he said in IEP meetings, you're going to have people that will either disagree, there's going to be big emotions. And he said, take everything seriously, don't take things personally. And that is so hard to not do. But I always resonate with me. I'm like, okay, don't take it. Like people are, they got big emotions and they have, and they're passionate about things, but don't, if something gets said that they disagree with you on, don't take it personal. So when somebody gives me pushback in an IEP meeting with a different approach or different language, I try to do my best to shape my language with how I feel could best support the kid. So I always put the student first and their needs. So I'll give you a fairly recent example. I was in an IEP meeting. I have a student who is echolalic, who would say a certain phrase from a cartoon show that he likes. And the strategy in the meeting from one of the behavior techs was, here's what we got to do. And everybody has to be on board. We have to do our strategy called planned ignoring. And then there was a behavior plan that that this person presented. And basically it has to be all of the teachers, and it has to be the one-to-one aides. We have to inform the family. So outside of school, anytime this child says these phrases from the TV show, ignore, never pay attention to it. And I was like, oh man, that, like, thinking about that strategy and how I could best support. So me chiming in, using some language where I'm like, what if that child's way of connecting with people is through that, and trying to guide. But we butted heads on that one, for lack of better descriptions. And so with that discussion, it was more of me trying to focus on, I think it's important to prioritize us understanding where the child's coming from. And it sounds like he's trying to connect with people. So let's observe that. So that way I'm kind of mentioning, the long-term outcome. But yeah, situations like that are so hard.